Victor. Bienvenue à la NBA.
Gracias.
Tell me what this emotion, tell me about these tears.
It's just accomplishing something that I've been dreaming of, my whole life. Hearing that sentence from Adam Silver, I've dreamed of it so much that, I gotta cry, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Trill Buckets, Sir Trillium Buckets the Third, back with another video. Now this one, as you see by the title, thumbnail, and maybe description, I don't know if y'all read that, we talking about Wemby in this one. This one's been long awaited, but I think it's now the perfect time to talk about Wemby, especially because after he did what he did in the preseason, it's changed my mind about a couple of things. But before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back to the channel, gang. I appreciate having you here, and let's get into the video. Now, Victor Wembanyama, I really just want to talk about my expectations, so to speak. I feel like a lot of people are on the extremes, whether it's all NBA first team or he's only going to be rookie of the year. It's one of the two. I haven't seen too many in the middle, and I think we should talk about that here. I do vividly remember his first summer league game stunk it up, and people were rightfully so talking about and laughing at him. But I didn't quite make a video yet, but my take on that during that time pretty much was he hasn't really been hooping. He's been on a press run. He's getting drafted. He's doing a lot of things. Now, I'm sure he didn't touch a basketball for probably about 2 weeks before that summer league game. But then we see him come around the second summer league game. He's getting into his own a little bit more. And then finally, we see him with a full belt of training camp under his buckle and able to work on his game outside of just having the press run and cameras in his face and all that. He has done some damage and done some work in the preseason, and I genuinely think that Victor Wembanyama is the next great. I don't know if this is crazy to say. I don't think it's crazy at all, especially if you're watching the league very, very often. But I think right now, Wembanyama is much more skilled than what LeBron was at his age and many other phenoms that we've seen as we've grown up watching basketball. Now, in the 4 preseason games that Wemby did play, he averaged just under 20 points, 5 rebounds, and just under 3 blocks on 50, 31, and 87% shooting splits in just 20 minutes per game. He ranked 7th in the NBA in scoring and 1st in blocks. Now, that blocks total is crazy. We know we're going to see the blocks, but the biggest thing out of him that I think I would say shocks me the most is that even when he doesn't seem in position, he's in position, and that's attributed to his length, his massive wingspan, and just obviously his height being 7'4". But I saw a shot from Andrew Wiggins. It was free throw line extended, and it looked like a routine shot. Andrew Wiggins caught it in rhythm. It looked like he was about to drain that motherfucker, but Victor Wembanyama jumped from about the wing, I think he was about. If he wasn't at the wing, he took like a step, and he blocked the shot pretty much at its last point to where it could have been blocked by anyone for that matter. Otherwise, it would have probably been a goaltend. But either way, that kind of ability to get a block like that, it's crazy considering the fact that he's already one of the best rim protectors in the game. I understand he hasn't even played a regular season game yet. He is already, I'm comfortable in saying, a top 5 rim protector in the NBA right now. It sounds crazy, I get it, but I guarantee you're watching after the Spurs game, and I think everybody that watched that Spurs Mavs game, you're probably gonna say, yeah, he deters a lot of shots at the rim. Maybe I'll eat crow by this time tomorrow, but we'll see. Now, for me, my biggest thing with regard to Wembanyama and his expectations was really setting realistic expectations. Like I said, we've had people that are on both extremes. I've heard some crazy things from first team All NBA, All-Star, MVP. I've heard some crazy stuff, but I've also heard some crazy stuff that really don't believe him, where people have said he won't be first team All NBA, or sorry, not All NBA, All Rookie. He won't be Rookie of the Year. Now, the Rookie of the Year one, I think that's more of a hot take that people are trying to hit on. I'll be honest, I think some people could win Rookie of the Year, but we all know narratives do go into this. And Wembanyama, there's going to be eyes on him so much, and people are going to marvel at him so much that it's a shoo-in. He's won Rookie of the Year right now before he's even played a game. But with it being Wembanyama's first season in the league, he's going to be tethered to reality a lot more than people realize. I think people are expecting the same guy that we saw on the highlight tapes, dribbling up court, bringing up court, and facilitating for everybody. And while we're gonna see some of that, I don't think we're gonna see it in terms of him bringing the ball up court and actually being a play starter, play initiator. He might do it here and there, but for the most part, I can see Wembanyama getting the ball on the wing, facing up, and then from there, the Spurs offense moving the way it moves. He could see a cutter in Jeremy Sohan, or Keldon Johnson, or Devin Vassell in either corner. Devin Vassell could also cut to the basket. He's a great mid-range kind of player. You could do a lot of things with Wembanyama, and the best thing that I like about Wembanyama and this team, he's at the 4 instead of the 5. You have Zach Collins at the 5, who can space the floor just like Wembanyama. I think, dare I say, he will shoot better than Wembanyama just to start. Wembanyama, of course, will end up being the better shooter, but as of right now, Zach Collins is great in the lineup next to Wembanyama because, 1, he does need to fill out, and 2, Zach Collins still spaces the floor. He's not going to be clogging the paint, so while Wembanyama can catch it in the high post, Zach Collins will not be in his way. Then the other 3 guys, in Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, and Jeremy Sohan, they're just going to get their buckets and play off of Wembanyama. I feel like Jeremy Sohan and Wemby are going to have magnificent chemistry. That's going to be almost nothing to actually get that going, get that together. Keldon Johnson is just a straight bucket. And Devin Vassell, he's coming along this year. I think he's going to get his buckets primarily on the cuts, catch and shoot. And of course, he'll get the one dribble pull up because he is a mid-range demon. Look out for him. He's going to become a mid-range assassin in these next couple of years. But where I think Wembanyama is really going to have most of his impact is defensively. It's not going to be on the offensive end. And that's strictly going to be because not only is he going to be anchoring the Spurs defense, I do believe Pop is going to not only instill more defensive strategies and put some more defensive wisdom so that his IQ does start to grow exponentially to where he can take less steps to go get a block. He knows how to play help side so that he's not so far away from the ball, but he's still close enough to his man to be able to help. And these other things and nuances to being a help side defender / anchor on a team, and with him already having the ability and skill, it's only going to get better. And the biggest thing about Wembanyama, I love his instincts. His second nature ability to just hoop is there already, and you don't see that often from EuroLeague or European players, rather. I don't want to say EuroLeague, but European players. Now, what I do think will be the outcome for Wembanyama this year and how I think his rookie year will pretty much fare, I do believe he will be the league leader in blocks. I think that might be the only area where he ends up leading. It might be tough because, again, as the 4 and more spread out offenses in the league, he might be taken away from the basket a little bit more. All depends on how they do play that, but I do still think he will lead the league in blocks. I do think Wembanyama could average a smooth 20 and 10. I'd say 20 points, I'd say about 20 points. I'd say 20.1 if we're gonna go on the dot. 20.1. He's gonna average 2.6 blocks. We'll give him 8.5 rebounds, and we'll give him 4.5 assists. I think that's a reasonable stat line. Then I think his shooting splits. The shooting splits are tough because I don't think he'll be shooting the 3 as often as people expect him to. So if he's not shooting it often, that could bring down that percentage a little bit more to a lower 30% kind of percentage. But I'll just meet it in the middle. I think he'll shoot about 33% from 3, but I think he'll shoot somewhere about 60 to 65% from the field. I think he will be extremely efficient. He looked great in the preseason scoring the ball. I will say he will be Rookie of the Year. He's going to be first team all rookie. I think he has a shot to get second team all defense. I do think he does have a shot for that. All NBA third team will be his ceiling, in my opinion. I don't think he'll get any higher than that. We still got some dogs in this league. I understand Wembanyama is, not of this earth. He's extraterrestrial, as we're saying. Let's be honest, we still got some dogs in this league. We still got two guys that are arguably the top 2 in the world that are at Wembanyama's position. So, well, 3 guys, now that I think about it. You got Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis that are all 3, not his exact position, but around the same. And I still think Wembanyama will have a great year. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to year 2, 3, 4, and 5, we're about to get something crazy, because this rookie year is going to be filled with excitement, going to be filled with ups and downs. And not so many people are going to be following them because it is the Spurs at the end of the day. Regardless, Wembanyama is going to take over the league very, very soon. And when he fills out that frame and is able, I can't really give him any critique about his game per se, because, I mean, we ain't seen him play yet. Well, to this point in the video, you've seen him play after, but yeah, y'all get what I mean. Y'all get what I mean. I ain't seen him play yet. We'll come back to this in another day and talk about it. We're, of course, having a season weekly recap for every week in the season. I'm doing it and dropping it on Sundays, so I will have my Wemby recap in there as well. He is part of opening week. So we're going to do that this year. Just make sure, keep the onus on myself to watch hoops, post hoops, and just stay active with the series. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. Drop in the comments below what you think Wemby's final stat line and what accolades, I can't even talk, what accolades you think he's gonna get. And until next time, it's your boy TB with the greatest hoop stories in the base on the tube, and I appreciate you guys as always. I am out. Peace.